where brands can interact. These are the 5 different areas where brands can interact, where users come to Snap to interact, and we'll show you where the brands fit in. So opening to the camera means when you literally open Snapchat, you immediately are invited to create. We see ourselves as a communication tool first and foremost, as well as a camera company. And that sounds a little silly for those of you who bucket us as social media. I totally understand that, but really we are asking users to experience the world around them through our camera. And so in this example, you see L'Oreal is actually your first stop when you open Snap. You open up your camera, you're able to interact with augmented reality and play with lenses here that then you're able to share with your friends, or maybe just have that personal experience with the brand and engage further by shopping. So we open to the camera, and on the left side of the app, you'll see what I like to think of as our social side, and our right side is the media side. So on the left side is that opportunity to chat. This is where Gen Z 100% communicates with each other. I don't know if you know, people don't give out their phone numbers anymore. They give out their Snapchat usernames, which is like kind of wild, but this is where they go to chat one-on-one every single day. On the left-hand side is our map. This is where you can see where your friends are throughout the world, find out what is going on in current events. Whenever I hear of like anything going on like Bonnaroo, or maybe something like the wildfire, and you want to see how affected people are and how people are responding, you can see that on the map, as well as areas and opportunities to go shopping, have restaurants, kind of like a visual Yelp without the reviews. And then the right hand side of the platform is really that media. So where our content lives, where our spotlight content lives, and where you're able to interact with your consumers. So we're going to run through this a little bit more. In content, what we see is really the area where we bring Gen Z and millennials an opportunity to learn about the world around them through shows, through original content, and through more traditional media like Vice News, E-News, etc. You can move forward, Bryn.
Sorry, I was trying to get these videos to play. They're not working on Zoom today, so forgive me.
We'll share out the presentation at the end. Oh, it looks like maybe we skipped a slide as well, but that's okay. Having a little bit of technical difficulties, but no worries at all. So the biggest takeaways here, I think, are understanding who's actually on this platform. So on the right-hand side, you're going to see us run through the experience of Snap. This is a very quick overview of how someone would take a photo and tell a little bit more about what they're actually doing with a photo than with just text. So I think when you think about Snap and you're thinking, how does communication fit in? If I'm at, a barbecue with my entire family, I could easily text someone and say like, having a hot dog with the sis, or I can send this really cute photo of actually what I'm doing and how much fun I'm having, and using that as a way to communicate through visuals and through text. Right now, 500 million people use Snap on a monthly basis, and 332 million use it every single day. And I think that's a stat that's really important as you think about where Snap fits into the larger ecosystem. We're one of the only companies that actually reports on daily active users, because that's the tool and the place that we play in users' lives. We are a daily use platform for them. And I think why this is because of that communication factor. People are sending 5 billion snaps a day. That means that they are logging on 30 times a day, and they spend over 30 minutes on the app every single day. So if you're thinking about that, they're literally logging on all day long. You have the opportunity to get in front of them in their morning routine, when they're getting their skincare going, when they're getting their makeup on, all the way through the end of the day when they're washing their face. So when you're thinking about your products and where they fit into that full experience on Snap, they're not only going to be getting ready with you, but they're going to be spending a day with you and going to bed with you. And as skincare and beauty products, as you know, those are experiences that happen throughout that entire day, and you have the opportunity to get in front of them throughout that whole process. So what we think of this as is really an invitation to explore, experience, and experiment with beauty. 65% of Snapchat beauty seekers consider Snap's camera as their virtual mirror. So they're not opening up, their little Clinique pocket mirror anymore. They are using the Snap camera to check their makeup. They're using it to check their color. And if they don't have makeup on, they're using it as their makeup for the day before they send photos out to their friends. These are not just beautification. These are really the opportunity to try your products, play with them, interact with them, and share them out with their friends. They're putting your products on their face. So when we think about what this actually means for you, and I think the best way to understand this is old media storytelling versus AR story living. So we've all been on the couch passively watching TV, even before cell phones were a big thing, and you're watching commercials and you're really an observer, you're not actually experiencing. So millennials and Gen Z have really raised the expectations for how they want to interact with brands and what kind of experiences actually make them drive to a purchase, excuse me. So when you think about augmented reality, this is someone actively choosing to interact with your brand. They're not getting served an ad. They're not waiting for an ad, to pass. I watch YouTube TV all the time with my child now, and I can't tell you how quickly I wait for like the skip ad and 5-second countdown to go down, because I don't actually want him to watch that ad. I want him to watch, Cocomelon or whoever it is. This is someone actually choosing to watch and engage with your ad. So I think what's really important is to understand that it is an actual choice. What advertising in the entire ecosystem can you think of where someone's choosing to engage with your products? And not only are they choosing to engage, they're then sending out your brand on their face to their entire community. So you're building this community of brand ambassadors, these micro influencers who we know carry so much power just through advertising. And the best part is these are actually driving purchases. So not only are you building fantastic brand engagement, you're, building awareness and consideration of your products, you're getting your products into people's hands nationwide, even though maybe you're not physically in a retail place, they're actually driving purchases. And I don't think this is hopefully too surprising. When you get your product on someone's face, they're very likely to buy it. Obviously, there's, the feel of it. I'm trying out a new lipstick this morning from Hermes that I got last week, and it is so smooth. And obviously I can't experience that through augmented reality, but we can show how that looks, and we can show what those colors look like on your actual skin. And we've invested Snapchat as a company in really our skin technology and being able to make sure that all skin colors and ranges are showing up in their own way on our platform in our camera, which I think is really important, especially for beauty when we're thinking about foundation and lip and all kinds of color that you want to put on your face. So the best part here is that AR leads to a 94% higher purchase conversion rate. And this is pulled from Shopify, excuse me. So it's really based off of someone who's actually seeing the end-to-end sale. And I think that this makes a lot of sense because you're actually seeing that product on their face, but you're seeing all the color waves. You're not just trying on 2 at the beauty counter, and you're also seeing what it looks like on your skin. So your rate of return is going down significantly. I don't think this is going to be a surprise to anyone, but this is so much more effective than seeing a TV ad. So for those of you who are still heavily investing in TV, maybe even CTV and some of the other networks that are out there that you're able to invest in, I definitely think that's a very important part of your media mix. Do not get me wrong. I think if you can show up, during the Bachelor finale, please do by all means. However, seeing your product on someone's face is so much more effective than just passively watching a commercial. I also think we all know that like the second a commercial comes on, a commercial break comes out, you pull out your phone. And you're pulling out your phone, and Gen Z is pulling out their phone and looking at Snapchat. So it's like a double whammy against TV. And I'm fine going head to head with TV. There's a place for every social media app. I definitely believe that, but like TV is not where your users are spending their time. But this is 6 times more effective. So really think about that number and let it settle in of where you can be playing and pay to play without the price tag of TV.
Yeah, I think one thing that is like kind of a consistent theme here is like at our core, Snapchat has always been about sort of reimagining the shopper experience, right? Rosie mentioned historically you'd have to like drive to the mall, park your car, find a spot, walk to, a Sephora or an Ulta or a Target or a Walgreens, whatever it may be, navigate to the aisle where your product is sold, actually pick it up, try it on, then purchase it. What we're doing here with Snapchat is reimagining the path to purchase around the consumer as opposed to around the retailer. So we'll talk about, why that's so impactful for your brands sort of throughout the presentation, but I think that's an important note to drive home. We're going to give you a deep dive on beauty seekers on Snap. We talk a lot about this audience, and they are alive and well and a massive part of our core consumer group here.
So when we think about those 500 monthly addressable users, we know that some of you are looking to grow your brands in other places of the world. We'll pause here for a second so you can really see where Snap is investing our time in growing the markets that we believe are really going to be adopting beauty. I was at a summit last week, the Women's Wear Daily Beauty CEO Summit, and we talked a lot about India specifically. And right now, on average, they spend around $1 on skincare and beauty per household, which is really a wild stat. So we're expecting to see the East start to influence the West a little bit more and not just the West influencing the East. And so as we think about those strategies and how we're talking about with beauty companies that are looking to grow internationally, these are some of the stats that we're bringing into this conversation. So we wanted to make sure that you guys had access to see where we're really seeing that growth throughout the world. And a lot of that is based off of Android as well, by the way. So our Android app has only gotten better, and we expect to see the growth continue year over year significantly in this country. So if you're interested in having conversations about global expansion and what that looks like, we're more than happy to do that. It's a whole other world. So we will definitely be happy to talk one-on-one about that. When you think about who these Snapchatters actually are, they're not all 13 to 17-year-olds. These are people who are 18 plus. The majority of our audience, like you can see, actually fall between that 18 to 34 mark, with more 25 to 34-year-olds than 13 to 17. So these are people who are actually able to buy your products today. Our average household income is higher than $90,000. They are here, they are ready to spend, and they're interested in your products. We include women as 56% here, but as you know, there's a big openness and more gender fluidity amongst beauty. And we do want to make sure that you know that we are a platform for everyone, and many men find beauty products on Snap as well. We're currently developing shows and content that actually speak to men and women and everyone who falls within the full range of people, so that everyone has an access to these audiences and these products here at Snap. What that actually looks like. So I think it's really important that you know that 75 million beauty seekers are on Snapchat every single month, and they engage with our Discover content as well. So we're not going to go too much into the Discover side of the platform, but do know that we have, Charles, I see your question come in. I will jump to it at the end. See, it's about menstrual hygiene, which is fantastic because we actually work really close with our Fem Products team and Fem Care, and I love that. They engage with our Discover content as well. So we have shows that are made around beauty seekers. We've got a lot of content to share with you there, and we'll take that as a follow-up. We want to make sure that you add all the information about augmented reality first, because I think that's really where we see beauty on Snap. But do know that these are people who are seeking out this content on Snap every single month.
Yeah, I think just to double click on Rosie's point, like we have so many shows dedicated to beauty from like every single major publisher, Elle, Harper's Bazaar, Vogue, People, Cosmopolitan. You can kind of think about Discover as like both like a mobile HBO, but then also this like virtual magazine sort of counter. So we could talk for a long period of time around Discover, which we won't get to today, but just know that part of the reason that we have so many beauty seekers is, number one, because they really do think about the Snap camera as their personal mirror. They're literally like, when they have food in their teeth or like a flyaway, they're not pulling out their like, Mac, compact like I was when I was in high school. They're actually pulling out their phone, opening up Snapchat and looking directly into the Snap camera. And then two, because we have so many shows about beauty on Snapchat, we have like beauty hacks, Wake Up With Me with Vogue, where you can see what your favorite influencers and celebrities, like their daily routines look like. That's why they're here. And that's why we have so many of them. So again, like our platform is really, really primed for beauty specifically, which creates a really incredible opportunity for either your personal brand or your clients. I think we have a few more slides in this section.
Yes. So here are a couple examples. You can see La Mer is showing us how to use their skincare products with augmented reality. I think what's most important to point out here is that 48% of customers have said that they're more likely to be loyal to the brands that use the latest technology to engage and connect with them. So Gen Z has raised the bar, and they want experiences. They just don't want you to tell them about their product. They want to actually be able to experience it. Last week in that conference, someone was talking about Le Labo and how they allow you to personalize your labels in store. And it's so simple. They just print you a label right there. I think it's like maybe 70 characters, but it has that personalization element. Nike has in-store try before you buy, with being able to experience, dunking a basketball or running on a treadmill in the shoes, and like really putting their money where their mouth is. So I think that Gen Z and millennials come to Snap to be able to have that experience with beauty brands. And so that's the expectation that they're holding us to. And I think that the best news is that, again, this ties back to sales. So we see a 3.9% lift in purchase intent by the people who are able to experience your brands through augmented reality. And more than 95% of Snapchatters who are 16 plus, who can afford to buy your products, likely, who are interested in buying your products, who drive that household consideration, have researched and purchased a beauty product in the last month. So even the people who are not identifying as beauty seekers today are still interested in these categories, and the majority of people are researching and purchasing these products. So what does that actually mean? What are the takeaways that you need to think about as you move into the next section of what this means for your brand? All ages are on Snapchat. I know I talk a lot about Gen Z and millennials. I think that those are usually the audiences that are most core to this group. We certainly have the parents who are looking for the clean skincare for their babies. We certainly have the teenagers who are entering into lipstick for the first time. But I think it's really important to think about that all age reach on the platform, how they're communicating with each other, the incrementality that we bring from Snap. So when you're thinking about that daily use, 332 million people that you can be getting in front of, they are unique to Snap. And we're happy to share some of the stats about where they're spending their time elsewhere and what other platforms they use. They are leaned into beauty. They want to try on your products. We give them the opportunity to do so in our camera with our mirror. And many of them are going to be new purchasers of your brands, and they're looking for new brands to engage with. The pandemic has really opened people's eyes up. We've had the opportunity to look for causes that we align to. We want brands that stand for the same things we do, and our expectations are higher on sustainability, on clean beauty, and they're currently looking for new brands to commit to. So think about that audience, think about their willingness. And with that, I will hand it over to Bryn to share what that means for you all in your individual businesses on Snap.
Yes. So we're going to kind of shift focus here and get a little bit more tactical. I'm going to be doing some screen sharing here. We want to take some of the things that we've talked about today and actually put them into practice. So we're going to talk about business profiles, public profiles on Snapchat. This is your free permanent home on Snap. This is a way for Snapchatters to engage with your brand, all completely for free. This is going to be a requirement for every single advertiser on Snapchat starting, I believe it's June 30th/July 1st. So highly recommend for you and your clients, if you are going to be running on Snap, please create your business profile today. It takes less than 5 minutes. I'm actually going to show you a video of exactly how to do it. But reserve your username and start getting some of these organic insights going. I think one of the most powerful things that we've seen come out of public profiles is Snapchatters love engaging with brands in sort of a static way. You can post any of your amazing, content, whether it's your lenses, or if you want to just have like your best performing ads, everything can live here in one place. People can subscribe to your profile, which is incredible because you can get organic indicators about who's actually engaging with your brand on Snap. I did have a beauty brand run it was a retargeting campaign of everyone who's visited their business profile, and they saw a 33% lower cost per purchase when they were using this organic audience versus just regular targeting, regular broad targeting with like a first party audience. So really, really incredible results that we're seeing here. You can highlight and pin sort of your best content. You can also create something called a native store, which is powered by Shopify, which allows someone to engage with your content, try on your products, and actually make a purchase all without ever leaving Snapchat. And my favorite feature of this is a place for your AR to live. So historically, AR was sort of this high price point product. They typically took a long time to build when you wanted to create a custom lens. And as you'll see later in today's presentation, I'm going to show you how you can create a custom try-on lens in literally less than 3 minutes. So we've worked really, really hard with our engineering team to be able to share technology that is not only scalable, but it's completely free. So we'll talk about that in just a second. But just so you know, kind of to recap, business profiles are your one-stop shop on Snapchat. It's a static homepage, completely free to use, and will be a requirement starting on June 30th/July 1st. We'll come back to you on the exact day. So this is exactly how Snapchatters can actually discover your brand, play with lenses, share them, and then post them to their story. So again, just using L'Oreal as an example, I would search L'Oreal in Snapchat. I would tap on one of these fun lenses. As you can see here, this is the glossy plumpy eye look. I'm going to say like, I love this, send it to my friends, and then they can also engage with the lens as well. So I think really the point that I want to drive home here is that Snapchat is all about really your close friends, and that your friends do encourage and help you make your purchasing decision. If I try on this lens, I look really cute in it, I send it to Rosie, this feels so much more like an authentic recommendation versus just product placement. And we know that friends are really at the top of the list when it comes to actually making a purchase and actually influencing you to purchase something. So want to show you a case study with Too Faced. I'm going to press play here. It's about 60 seconds. They were our very first beta partner with public profiles. So I'm going to press play here, and I think you should be able to hear. Let me know if you can't. Let me turn it up.
Our founders, Jared and Jeremy, started Too Faced almost 25 years ago. Too Faced started advertising on Snapchat because of the unique audience of Gen Z and millennials found the platform. We started off as an e-com partner, and as a result of our success, we evolved to a full funnel partner for all key hero products. Given our success and partnership, we were excited to jump on as a public profile for brands beta partner. This allowed Too Faced to dip our toes into AR organically before putting paid media behind it. These amazing results from organic AR led to paid efforts, and our sustained investment has developed into an always-on AR strategy made possible by Snapchat's expertise in AR and our large community of engaged AR users. Public profiles for businesses is not our first successful beta partnership. In fact, in 2020, we partnered on products and technology. Our community loved it so much that we now have the technology on our site and across our product portfolio. To date, we have had such a great partnership with the Snapchat team. More to come, but for now, I want you to subscribe to our brand profile to learn all about it first.
Yes, Too Faced is a phenomenal partner of ours. So I'm just going to play another short video here to actually show you how easy it is to create your business profile, public profile here. So just so you know, when you walk away from this meeting, you have
Here's how to
next
set up a
steps.
public profile for business. Public profiles for businesses can give brands of all sizes a free, permanent home on Snapchat. To create a public profile, you'll need a business account on Snapchat. If you don't have one, you can easily set up your account by visiting forbusiness.snapchat.com and click on Create an Ad. From there, you'll be taken through the steps to create a business account. Already have a business account with Snapchat? Great, let's jump in. First, ask your organization admin on the account to log in to business.snapchat.com and select Public Profiles from the top navigation. Once the profile is set up, member roles can be granted to any number of different users to help manage the profile. Now, click Create Profile to get started. If you don't currently have a Snapchat username for your brand, select Create a Snapchat account to create one now. You see here the social manager for City Boutique is creating their own Snapchat account under the name City Boutique. If you already have a username for your brand within the app, connect it here by selecting I already have a Snapchat account and log in with that username to connect to your business account. Enter your profile details and press Create Profile. Your profile is now live, so be sure to populate your profile with your lenses, stories, and highlights. How to upload and link content to your profile. Simply log into the app with your Snapchat username to add your content. You will always post story and highlight content to your profile from the app, not on desktop via Business Manager. Within the app, you can also view performance insights. For additional metrics, check out the desktop Business Manager view. Lenses can also be featured on your public profile. Simply log in to Lens Studio and publish your lenses to your ad account. Then select Lenses within the public profile section and pick the lens you'd like to feature on the profile. From here, you can add or edit the preview and then add lens to your profile. Now it's time to get your brand discovered. There are so many different ways Snapchatters can discover and subscribe to your public profile across the app. Your subscribers can see your posts within the subscription carousel here, and non-subscribers have the potential to see your content, depending on how engaging your content is. Subscribers can mention your brand in a snap to their story or to friends, and viewers can tap through and view your profile. Snapchatters can search for your brand, and your public profile will appear within the top results or subscribe sections, allowing users to easily subscribe from search. If you're advertising with us, Snapchatters can tap on your brand name to view your profile, or you can always deep link to your profile so Snapchatters can swipe to view it as well. Find your profile URL by simply tapping on the three dots in the top right corner of your profile, and then either select Send the Profile to or Share Profile URL to copy it. Public profiles allow you to easily amplify your brand's impact. Check out our Business Help Center for more detail on how to set up your profile today.
So hopefully by that short clip, you can see how simple, fast, and effective it is to create a public profile for businesses. do it as soon as you can. Like I said, that deadline is coming up here pretty quick, and we want to make sure that all of your brands and clients get their correct username. We're going to switch gears and quickly speak about creating makeup and template lenses. As you saw on that Too Faced and L'Oreal example, they had tons of experiential lenses where you can actually see how a specific SKU, whether it's an eye color, a lip color, a mascara, or an eyeshadow, looks on your specific skin tone. So we're going to talk about virtual try-on. This is a massive part of what our audience comes to Snapchat for. Over 200 million Snapchatters are engaging with augmented reality on the platform every single day. And we know that this drives higher purchase intent. We see that users who are exposed to lenses and shoppable AR campaigns see a 2.4 times more purchase intent than those who are not exposed. So this is a massive part of our audience and a big part of the behavior. And it turns out this level of personalization really works. This is a lens that I had built for Revlon for National Lipstick Day. We see massive impacts when someone can actually see and get an experience for how a color actually looks on them. So today I'm going to show you a few case studies, as well as actually how you can create this for yourself or for your own clients in a matter of minutes. But first, I kind of want to show you the proof in the pudding. Both Ulta and MAC had really incredible results with these AR shopping lenses. So we'll look at Ulta first on the right-hand side. They had over 30 million product trials with these lenses, which led to, I think it was less than a penny for a cost per purchase. So one thing that I want to call out with every ad product that lives within Ads Manager, we're always going to bill you on a CPM, a cost per 1,000 impressions. But with a lens, what you're really getting is a cost per 1,000 trials. So it becomes a really, really cost-effective way for you to drive mass try-ons with your products in a way that, again, is really affordable. So kind of going back to Ulta here, they saw a less than 1 cent CPM, which is essentially less than a penny for a cost per 1,000 trials, which is insane. On the right-hand side, MAC earned over $6 million in purchases here for all their lipstick lines. So this is a part of their always-on strategy now. So I am going to show you how you can build these AR shopping lenses. So a couple quick call outs here. Right now, AR shopping lenses support 4 product lines. So it's not yet available for foundation, unfortunately, or concealer. We're still working on that color matching technology. But right now it works really well for lips, mascara, eyeliner, and eyeshadow. So I will show you how you can access this all in Ads Manager. But essentially, this is what the creation flow looks like. I'm going to share my screen in just a second and actually walk you through how to do this. So what I do with my clients is I'll have them send over their entire product list. Very, very straightforward. And all they have to do is upload it essentially to Snapchat, and I'll show you exactly how you can create these lenses in literally a matter of minutes. A key call out here is you do need to have the hex colors. You do have to manually put those in. So I will go ahead and press play here. Excuse me. This is a screen recording of the Ads Manager. So you're going to navigate to the global nav here and click on Create AR Lens. So this is our AR tool that's built into your business account that you have on Snapchat. I'm going to select shopping makeup lenses here. On the left-hand side, you can see I'm going to select from a variety of templates. Shopping makeup is going to create that templated style lens that we saw on the previous screen for Ulta and MAC. So once that loads, it's going to have me import a catalog. Couple of key call outs while it's loading that catalog feature is you need to make sure that you have the appropriate members listed on the account, because if you aren't listed as a member, you're not going to be able to see those catalogs from the drop down. So very, very important. We get this question all the time. So make sure that whoever is going to be doing this for you has the appropriate account permissions. I believe they just need to be listed as a member. And as you can see, I'm going to type in, I think it's called Steven's Makeup in this example. This is going to pull in all of my product SKUs. So I'm going to go ahead and select the category I want to input. First, I'm going to do, I believe in this example, it's eyeshadow. It'll populate in just a second. But just a couple of call outs while we're looking at this and waiting for the actual eyeshadow to load. On the left-hand side, you can add a ton of different features here. You can change the different makeup setting if you want it to look a little bit more opaque. You can also make this look and feel a little bit more seasonal if you wanted to add some elements like bat wings, for example, which we'll see later. So now that the catalog has loaded in this example, I'm going to go through and select which eyeshadows I want to create lenses for. So I'm going to choose 2 in this example. Let's see if it's going to load in just a second. So we'll select that particular eyeshadow. We'll do like a sort of a peach tone and a gray tone here. And all I have to do is input the actual hex color. There is a hex color finder Chrome plugin. So for some reason your clients don't have those hex numbers, we can find them really quickly with those sort of Chrome installs. There's a bunch of different websites that do it as well. So it should be pretty straightforward. So once those are in, we have our beautiful eyeshadow lens created, and we can see exactly how this color looks on the specific person. It's going to include the eyeshadow name, the color, the price. Now I'm going to do this for lipsticks. I'm going to choose a really pretty red and a really pretty peach so you can see the differences in color. The only difference between putting in information for lips versus eyes is lips, you actually have to specify if it's like a matte versus a glossy. So in addition to the hex code, you need to put, in this example, I'm going to put glossy here, and then on the next one, I'm going to put matte. So as you can see, we've made this process really, really simple. We want this to be a scalable solution. We want all brands to have access to augmented reality because we know that this works. We're going to hit confirm. And then voila, we have now our 2 eyeshadow lenses and now 2 lipstick lenses. Quick call out on the arrows on the left and right side. You can actually change to see how it would look on a different model if you want to see someone who's like a different age or of a different skin tone. But as you can see, this red lipstick is absolutely stunning. And that's really it. So it's super, super simple to create. This is seriously less than like 3 minutes. And then you can just post these to your business profile for no cost, or you can put them in the auction with media behind them. So very, very straightforward. And again, if you have a business profile, you can literally create this today. So just to kind of recap next steps, highly recommend creating that business ad account so you can then create your business profile, upload your product catalog and build your custom lens. And then please reach out to us. We do have a number of incentives for new advertisers, BIPOC advertisers. So please reach out to us if you have questions about getting started or want to learn more. Thank you so much for joining today. We had a ton of fun presenting, and we can now take some questions.
Yes. Okay. So Charles, we're going to start with you. The question is, family's category is menstrual hygiene. Would be keen to hear any ideas and insights about this category if possible. So our teams work really closely. We actually keep beauty and personal care and fem care all under one, since they're all relating to kind of more personal decisions. We see that on Snapchat, people are much more open to learning about intimate products. So whether that's companies like Hims and Hers and Roman, or Lola, Thinks, Family, companies like that. Augmented reality, we definitely have to get a little bit more creative. It's really hard to show your differentiator with the femcare space, but we work with you really closely. I would say like the one thing that we stand for at Snap is like all women, for the most part, menstruate at some point in their life. And so these are conversations that we're very willing to have on our platform. I know that it's been difficult on other platforms sometimes to like show bleeding. And I don't know, specifically, Charles, if you guys have run into that. But we really work closely with our ad policy team. We make sure that you're able to get really your brand benefits across to users in a way that makes sense, that's open, that's honest, I would say. I don't know, Charles, specifically, if there's anything that you were looking to hear, except that like you can definitely advertise on Snap for these products. We've been partnering really closely with the Pill Club, for example, for I think 6 years now. They were an alpha tester with us. The only thing that's hard is augmented reality for these products, just making sure that we're like building awareness and educating more than anything through augmented reality versus maybe not like a shareable lens, but an educational lens. So we can take that offline.
Yeah, that does help very much. And, if there's anything that you could possibly think about offline, it would be examples of other brands where maybe an
Yes.
augmented reality lens isn't necessarily the best, medium for it. And just, some examples of success, we'd certainly appreciate that.
Yeah, we will send out our contact information after this, and anyone who actually does want to get started, we have a full account team that works specifically with these verticals, since they usually are the most successful on Snap. We really want to make sure you're set up with success from the beginning, and obviously with brain trust, that's part of the relationship that we're continuing. So happy to send you some case studies, some creative examples of competitors as well. Okay, the next question was from Chaz about targeting capabilities. Yes, so on Snap, there are tons of ways to get in front of your audiences. We have our first party capabilities, which is through your, sorry, I'm just saw your question come in. So our first party targeting is what we call our Snapchat lifestyle categories. These are based off of actions that users are actually taking in app. So what content are they watching? What content are they engaging with? Where are they physically going? If they have location tracking turned on, we're able to target someone who was at a Walmart within the last 90 days, for example. We can also do lookalike audiences, re-engagement audiences based off of your imported audiences. We can also work with data logics and our third-party partners to build conquesting audiences, to build audiences based off of your personas that you've built for your people. So if you know that your consumers travel abroad frequently, are working moms, have children that are under the age of 5 at home, we can really put together these profiles for you and target them specifically. On Snap, we can target based off of household income. We can target based off of marital status. Brand, what am I missing? There's like 200 different ways of targeting people, including custom audiences.
Yeah, I think the best way to target someone is to place the pixel and see who's like naturally either coming to your site
Yes.
to lookalikes off there. We get a ton of insights from pixel data. So I would say like that's the first step is like place the pixel and then upload your if you have a CRM list or an email list, that's typically the best way to get up and running. And then we do have, like, as Rosie mentioned, we have a ton of first party and third party audiences that are already in the platform that you can leverage.
Hey guys, am I unmuted?
You are unmuted.
Oh, thank you. Really quick, I just wanted to know if you guys could kind of elaborate on the onboarding process, because I was actually a part of the call on March 10th. Really excited, and I reached out, just didn't hear from anyone, followed up on March 28th. And I mean, still now, there's nothing that's been done. I've been transferred to a few people. We were promised a few things. Can you elaborate on that, please?
Yes, definitely. So I apologize, number one, that you've been passed around. We've had some shifts on our new business sales team, full transparency, and we've kind of changed who will be partnering exclusively on these new programs. So Beauty United and Brain Trust are the first companies we've actually worked with in this capacity. Normally we work one-on-one directly with advertisers. And so figuring out who will be working exclusively with these partners has been a bit of a learning curve for us as well. The programs exist, the incentives are there. You will absolutely be getting what we've promised. And hopefully, I know we emailed as recently as this morning with another new point of contact, Amber, and I'm really sorry that it's been jumped around, but do know that I am tracking it on the end and making sure that we're getting you to the right people. If needed, Bryn is here as well. She supports only 7 beauty advertisers, but we can make sure that you're up and running. And I know that it's been not a smooth process, and I do apologize for that, but we are new to these relationships of the one-to-many versus the one-to-one, and we're just trying to make sure that we're figuring out those kinks on our end. So I do apologize. I'm glad you're interested. I promise you we will get on it. We've been emailing in the last couple of days.
Yeah, no worries at all. I just want, everyone on the call to kind of be realistic, on expectations that it may take a few months to kind of get started. So thank you.
Yes, well, hopefully we can change that moving forward. And I do hope that everyone can get support sooner. And I'm sorry that you were part of those first bumps. Chaz, your second question about access, what companies can access from the Snap camera. Can you clarify that a little bit more?
It's a little bit more maybe tech geeky to take offline a bit there, but so we actually play on the skincare side at a precision skincare company. So we have a whole technology that actually is reconstructing a bunch of biological data from imaging. And so I was curious, the lenses I get at the AR level for, the visible and the makeup side of the business. Skincare obviously is a little bit different, as you kind of talked about, like family and other things, like the AR play is different there. So I was curious, like, what is happening, or what do you allow access to and from the actual Snap camera in that, of like integrations into things that might allow us to actually take data and then provide a different experience at a skincare level versus the AR try-on side from kind of color?
Yes, that's a great question. And we're definitely looking to increase our technology as much as possible. We do have an open API program called the Camera Kit for companies who are more tech focused and want to be able to use augmented reality very specifically for their own brands. We worked with a company called MD Acne a couple years ago because they similarly, I don't know if you're familiar with them, they help create custom acne medications where we would basically show, someone would basically have the lens render on their face. It would identify the areas that they would want to be focused on, most tied to acne, and then it would show you what the product would be able to do using their technology. It was a little bit more basic of an experience, but I would say if you have the tech team that would be interested in experimenting with our camera kit and our lens studio that allows you to get access to our tech to actually build the experience, it exists, but usually brands like yours want something that's a little bit more custom that you're in control of. So we can definitely send you follow-up information about what that program looks like through API, but we do make sure that you have access to that technology.
Okay. And just at a general level, since I know it doesn't apply to everyone, but if I think about what the open API allows to access, it is just in building the lenses side and like the experience, or it is like, do you know if it's accessing the underlying like the raw camera feed from which we could build on top of?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'll have to get back to you on that one.
No worries. I can dig in, but that was,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I said, a little bit geekier.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know that level of detail on the tech side, but we do
Cool.
have a team that supports our API partners that we can connect
We'll
you with.
follow up with that.
Okay. What would you recommend for a beauty ingestible for the augmented reality feature? So that's a great question. We do work with a lot of beauty supplements and ingestibles. The ones that I've seen so far have been with companies like Nutrafol, where you'll take a supplement or a gummy and then you'll see with augmented reality what happens. So with them, it's about hair fullness and hair growth. And so they'll literally show you that your hair is growing or becoming more fill. With other brands, we've shared ideas around augmented reality of taking something and showing what it can do to your skin, or showing the experience that you're maybe going to have, whether that's something that wakes you up or something that calms you down for sleep, like a magnesium supplement or whatever it might be. You take your supplement, you have your sleep mask come on, there's calming music behind you, just trying to show that experience that someone's having. We kind of run into this question a lot with fragrance brands of how do I show someone what a fragrance experience is like? And so we talk about bringing in visual elements that show the smells or the vibe that you're looking to create. So we would really partner you with one of our brand strategists who work on the creative strategy side of the house to decide what our goal is of the lens and the experience. Is it really just showing the application of the product? You take this supplement, this ingestible, and then you get X result, or is it some kind of experience and a feeling? Is it physical? Is it emotional? Whatever it might be. And we bring that to life through augmented reality, basically through a workshop with you to make sure that we're aligned on the goals. Does that answer your question, Marcella?
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay. Any other questions about the presentation? If you're interested in follow-up, like I said, we'll be sharing our information with Jenny. I promise you we're working through those kinks on our end, so we will be getting you support. And if you don't, you'll have my contact information too, and we can follow up with. Yes, the initiatives. Bryn, do you want to speak to these?
Yeah, right now we're offering, I think it's, let me double check on it because they do change quarterly, but I believe it's $10,000 for anyone who falls under the BIPOC category. If you're either a founder or it's a company initiative, we can offer a $10,000 kickstart. But let me come back to you because I think that there's like a couple that we offer depending on the needs of the businesses. So we can send that in a follow-up email.
All right. I think we're wrapped up for now. Bryn and Rosie, thank you so much for this presentation. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Cathy Centil. I've actually sat in some of the podcasts. Those of you who had podcasts with Kendra, I'm the new head. I have to read it. It's so long. Head of Programming and Community Relations. So you'll be hearing a lot from me. so excited to have this this presentation. Thank you so much, ladies, for this. We are looking forward to lots more. Please open the newsletter if you have not. It'll be, you know, a welcome shock, I think, and also just lots of joy and movement in there, in terms of some things you can, some opportunities that you can apply for, some retail opportunities, and also some upcoming trainings. I want to thank you for joining. We will absolutely send you the decks and the contacts, as Rosie just said. I want to remind you about our Founder Friday series. It'll start next Friday on May 27th, but we're really trying to hold, make space really for an open community, where you can speak to us on the staff, myself, Jenny, who's the head of platform, you know, Kendra will be dipping in and out, but also really have a chance to speak with each other. So we are really just so happy to be able to, you know, continue this work to really jumpstart it in a way it feels. And, you know, we're happy to have this wonderful presentation by Snap. We're looking forward to continuing to partner with you. And we want all of the incentives that you have.
There's a few, there's a few.
Founders. Yeah. All right. So I think we'll go ahead and close out, and we'll see you next Friday.
Thanks so
Great,
much,
thank you.
everyone. Have a good one. Have a good
Everyone,
week.
have a
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.